This is Akashavani Mangaluru. Yuvavani. Dear young friends, welcome to today's English Yuvavani program. In today's program, there are three speeches. A speech in connection with the International Day for Tolerance by Sameeksha SP, another speech in connection with the Black Consciousness Day by Stincy Thomas, and yet another speech by Jenisha Cutinha on the topic Importance of Physical Exercise in Students' Life. In the beginning, it is Sameeksha SP speaking in connection with the International Day for Tolerance that we observe every year on November 16 today.
Tolerance means accepting and respecting people who are different from us. It's about understanding that everyone has their own beliefs, ideas, and way of living. But it's much more than just putting up with differences. It's about embracing those differences. When we talk about tolerance, we are talking about truly listening to others. Even when their views don't align with ours, it's about creating a space where everyone feels safe to express themselves. Without tolerance, we would miss out on the richness that comes from different perspectives and ideas. Now, let me share a quick story with you. There was a community where people from different backgrounds lived together. Some celebrated Diwali, others celebrated Christmas, and some didn't celebrate any holidays at all. Instead of focusing on their differences, they came together to learn about each other's traditions. They attended each other's festivals, tried new food, and shared stories. Over time, they built a bond stronger than any differences. And that's what tolerance can do. It turns strangers into friends. Why is tolerance so crucial for our world today? Tolerance is a foundation of peace. When we learn to accept others as they are, we make room for understanding and compassion. It's a difference between a heated argument and a calm conversation. Imagine a world where no one practiced tolerance, where every disagreement turned into a fight. It wouldn't take long for conflict to rise and for communities to break apart. But when we practice tolerance, we create a space where people feel valued, no matter their background. It helps us avoid misunderstanding and instead build connection. And it's not just about large communities or countries. Tolerance starts in our everyday lives. Think about your workplace or your classroom. When you are tolerant, we make space for new ideas. It's like a garden where each plant needs a different kind of care. If we only take care of one type of plant, we miss out the beauty of the diverse garden. The same goes for people. When we respect each other's differences, our society became richer, just like that garden. Tolerance also teaches us resilience when we face challenges or differences. Tolerance helps us adapt and find common ground. It's like learning to sail a boat. No matter how rough the sea gets, we adjust ourselves instead of abandoning the ship. But let's be honest, practicing tolerance is not always easy. It comes with its challenges. Many of us hold on stereotypes or have negative ideas about others. Sometimes these ideas are passed down from generation to generation without anyone's questioning them. But here's the thing. When we don't challenge these stereotypes, they turn into barriers that separate us from each other. For example, think about social media. It's a place where people from all over the world connect, but sometimes it can become a space where misunderstandings grow. A single comment or post can quickly spread negativity, turning small differences into a big argument. So, how do we overcome these challenges? We start by recognizing our own bias. It's okay to admit that we don't know everything about someone else's experience. When we are willing to learn and ask questions, we open the door to better understanding. It's like looking through a window instead of a mirror. We see beyond our own reflection. Let me share a story. A teacher noticed that her students didn't understand each other's culture very well. So, she decided to create a project where each student shared a story from their culture. At first, some of them felt shy, but soon they realized that many of their stories had similar terms: family, love, and hope. By the end of the project, the classroom was filled with respect and curiosity for one another. It wasn't about who was right or wrong. It was about appreciating the beauty of each story. Let's talk about how we can bring more tolerance into our daily lives. It's not as difficult as it might seem. In fact, small action can make a big difference. Think about a time when we disagreed with someone. Maybe it was a friend, a colleague, or a family member. But did you take a moment to listen to their side? Sometimes just take a step back and listening can change the entire conversation. Next time you hear an opinion that's different from yours, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? It's a simple question, but it can shift our mindset from judgment to curiosity. You don't have to agree with everything. You just need to respect the person's right to have their own views. And it's not just about adults. We can teach kids the value of tolerance too. Parents and teachers have the power to shape the next generation, understanding to respect. By encouraging kids to ask questions and to play with friends from different backgrounds, we help them see that diversity is the strength, not a threat. A father and his son visited a local festival where people from different cultures shared their music and food. The son was curious about why some people dressed differently or spoke another language. Instead of dismissing the question, the father encouraged his son to ask the festival organizer. They learned that each tradition has a story behind it. Story of history, love, and resilience. It turns a simple festival visit into a lesson of tolerance. Let's not forget the role of education and media in promoting tolerance. Schools are where many of us first encounter people who are different from us. They are the perfect place to learn about respect and understanding. Teachers can introduce stories that show the beauty of diversity, and they can encourage open conversation about the world beyond our own experience. Media too holds a lot of power. It can bring us closer or push us apart. Stories of people helping each other, of communities coming together despite differences. These stories inspire us. They remind us that even in tough times, there is hope. But media can also fuel division. When it focuses too much on what separates us, that's why we need to support content that builds bridges, not walls. So, as we celebrate the International Day for Tolerance, let's take some time to reflect. How do we treat those who are different from us? Are we willing to step outside of our comfort zones and truly listen? This day is a chance for each of us to make a commitment to be more understanding and more open-hearted. Schools, families, and communities can use this day to organize events, discussion, and activity that brings people together. It's a chance to learn, to share, and to grow. Because at the end of the day, tolerance is about building a world where everyone feels they belong. Tolerance is like a bridge that connects us all. It's what makes us our world a richer, more colorful place. It teaches us that even though we may not always agree, we can still find ways to coexist peacefully. On the International Day for Tolerance, let's promise ourselves to be better listeners, to respect each other's differences, and to spread kindness wherever we go. Together, we can build a world where understanding and peace are stronger than division and hate.
That was a speech delivered by Sameeksha SP in connection with the International Day for Tolerance. Friends, every year we observe Black Consciousness Day on November 20. In this connection, Stincy Thomas shares her thoughts now.
The Black Consciousness Day, observed annually on November 20th. It is a profound reminder of the ongoing struggle for identity, dignity, and equality that resonates within the heart and mind of countless individuals across the globe. It is a day to reflect on the history, celebrate our achievements, and renew our commitment to the fight against racial injustice and oppression. A significant day rooted in the struggle for racial identity, empowerment, and social justice. It commemorates the legacy of the Black Consciousness movement in South Africa, which was led by the figures like Steve Biko. This movement sought to inspire the Black identity, challenge systemic oppression, and promote mental liberation from colonial and apartheid ideologies. The Black Consciousness movement emerged in 1960s in South Africa as a response to the oppressive apartheid regime. This movement sought to empower the Black South Africans by fostering a sense of pride in their identity and heritage. Leaders like Steve Biko played a pivotal role, emphasizing that true liberation begins in the mind. Steve Biko famously stated, "The greatest weapon in the hands of oppressor is the mind of the oppressed." This statement encapsulates the essence of Black consciousness, the realization that the struggle for freedom is not only physical but also mental. It urges individuals to reclaim their identity and reject the dehumanization perpetrated by systemic racism. Zumbi dos Palmares is another crucial figure in the history of resistance against oppression and is often celebrated in discussion of Black consciousness and identity. He was a leader of Colombo dos Palmares, a community of escaped enslaved people in Brazil during the 17th century. Zumbi became a symbol of struggle for freedom and the fight against slavery. Zumbi is recognized as a hero of resistance against colonial and oppressive system. His fight for freedom and autonomy resonate with the ideals of the Black consciousness movement, which sought to empower the Black individuals and communities. His legacy promotes pride in African heritage and the importance of recognizing the contribution of Black individuals to history. This aligns with the celebration of identity central to Black consciousness. Zumbi's struggle serves as an inspiration for contemporary movements advocating for racial equality and justice, both in Brazil and globally. His story highlights the importance of standing against injustice, much like the messages conveyed by figures like Steve Biko in South Africa. Zumbi's contribution to the fight for freedom and his enduring legacy make him a significant figure in the context of Black consciousness, emphasizing the importance of empowerment and resistance in the face of oppression. At its core, Black consciousness is about self-awareness and empowerment. It promotes the idea that individuals must first recognize their worth and value in a society that seeks to diminish them. This philosophy encourages the celebration of Black culture, history, and achievements, fostering a sense of community and solidarity among those who have been marginalized. The movement also underscored the importance of collective action. Biko and his contemporaries recognized that the struggle for liberation was not solely a Black issue, but a human issue. They sought to unite people of all race in the fight against oppression, highlighting that the freedom of one is inextricably linked to the freedom of all. The impact of Black consciousness movement was profound. It inspired a generation of activists who challenged the status and fought for their right. The philosophy of Black consciousness influenced not only South Africa but also other parts of the world. It resonated with the civil rights movement in United States, the anti-colonial struggles in Africa, and various liberation movements across the globe. Today, we can trace the threads of Black consciousness in contemporary movement, such as Black Lives Matter, which continue to fight against systemic racism and police brutality. These movements remind us that the struggle is far from over. They call us to be vigilant, to educate ourselves and others, and to actively participate in dismantling the structure that perpetuates inequality. As we observe Black Consciousness Day, it is essential to celebrate the achievements of those who have paved the way for future generations. We honor the legacy of Steve and his comrade who made immense sacrifice for the cause of freedom. Their courage and determination continue to inspire activists around the world. We also recognize the contributions of artists, writers, and thinkers who have used their platform to elevate Black voices and stories. Figures like Maya Angelou, James Baldwin, and Chimananda Ngozi Adichie have shaped the narrative around race and identity, challenging the stereotype and encouraging dialogue about the complexities of the Black experience. However, as we celebrate our achievement, we must also confront the reality that the struggle for equality and justice persists. The echoes of apartheid can still be felt in the systemic inequality that plague societies worldwide. From economic disparities to educational inequities, the legacy of oppression is not merely a relic of the past. It is a present-day reality for many. This day serves as a reminder that our work is far from complete. It calls us to action, urging us to stand in solidarity with those who continue to fight for their right. We must challenge discriminatory policy, advocate for social justice, and ensure that the voices of the marginalized are heard. Education plays a crucial role in the fight for Black consciousness and empowerment. It is through education that the individuals can break the chain of ignorance and develop a critical understanding of the world around them. By incorporating the Black history and culture into curricula, we can foster an environment that promotes inclusivity and respect for diversity. Schools and universities must become spaces where conversations about race and identity are encouraged. Educators have a responsibility to equip students with the tools to analyze systemic injustice and inspire them to become agents of change in their community. As we reflect on the principles of Black consciousness, we must also recognize the importance of intersectionality. The struggles faced by Black individuals are often compounded by other forms of discrimination, including gender, sexuality, and class. It is vital to acknowledge these intersections and work towards a more inclusive movement that address the unique challenges faced by various communities. Solidarity is key in this regard. The fight for justice is not a zero-sum game. The liberation of one group enriches the liberation of all. By standing together, we can build a coalition that challenges the systemic structure of oppression, creating a more equitable society for everyone. The significance of Black consciousness extends beyond national borders. It is a global phenomenon that resonates with marginalized communities everywhere. As we observe Black Consciousness Day, let us not forget the struggles faced by Black individuals. From the Caribbean to American, Europe to Africa, the fight against racism and discrimination is universal. We must support international movements that advocate for the right of Black people, recognizing that our struggles are interconnected. By fostering global solidarity, we can amplify our voices and create a more just world for future generations. As we observe the Black Consciousness Day on November 20th, let us remember the journey that has brought us to this moment. Let us honor the sacrifices of those who fought up for our right and continue their legacy by standing up against injustice in all its form. May this day serve as a catalyst for reflection, action, and commitment to the principles of Black consciousness. Together, let us cultivate a world where dignity, respect, and equality are not just ideals but a reality for all.
You have just heard Stincy Thomas sharing her thoughts on Black Consciousness Day. Now, Jenisha Cutinha will speak on the topic, the importance of physical exercise in students' life.
Physical exercise is a vital component of a healthy lifestyle for everyone, but its significance becomes even more critical in the lives of students. During the formative years of childhood and adolescence, regular physical activity is essential for proper physical, mental, emotional, and social development. Students face multiple challenges such as academic pressures, social interactions, and the physical changes of growing up, and exercise helps them cope with these demands more effectively. One of the primary benefits of exercise for students is the support it provides for their physical growth and development. Adolescence is a time of rapid change, and regular exercise helps to build strong bones, muscles, and joints. In fact, weight bearing exercises like running, jumping, and resistance training stimulates bone density, reducing the risk of future problems like osteoporosis. Students who engage in physical activities are more likely to develop motor skills, coordination, and a balance, all of which are important for overall physical health. Childhood and adolescent obesity is a growing global concern with long term health consequences, including diabetes, heart diseases, and other chronic conditions. Regular physical exercise helps students maintain a healthy weight by balancing caloric intake and expenditure. It promotes a faster metabolism, which helps the body efficiently process the food consumed and prevents fat accumulation. Combined with a balanced diet, exercise plays a key role in avoiding health risks associated with obesity. Exercise during student years sets the foundation for cardiovascular health, which is essential for overall well being. Engaging in aerobic activities such as running, swimming, cycling, or team sports helps to strengthen the heart and lungs, improving the body's ability to circulate oxygen and nutrient to tissues. This improves stamina, energy levels, and reduces the risk of cardiovascular diseases later in life. Regular physical exercise has a positive effect on the immune system, making students less susceptible to infections and illness. Active students tend to have a more robust immune response, which helps them recover faster from common illnesses like cold or the flu. This in turn results in fewer absences from school, allowing students to focus on their studies and social interactions. Exercise not only benefits physical health but also has a significant impact on cognitive function. Numerous studies show that students who engage in regular physical activity perform better academically. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, improving memory, concentration, and problem solving skills. In particular, aerobic exercise enhances neurogenesis, the formation of new neurons in the brain, which is directly linked to learning and memory retention. Students who exercise regularly are better able to focus in the classroom, complete tasks efficiently, and retain information. Physical activity has also been linked to improved cognitive flexibility, allowing students to switch between tasks or subjects more effectively. This mental sharpness enhances both academic performance and the ability to handle the demands of school life. Students who are physically active often exhibit better attention spans and increased levels of focus in the classroom. Exercise helps regulate neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which plays a key role in concentration and motivation. Physical activity also reduces hyperactivity and restlessness, especially in students with attention deficit disorders. A short period of exercise before or between classes can improve classroom engagement and reduce distractions. Better problem solving and creativity. Exercise, particularly activities that involve coordination and strategic thinking, such as sports, enhances problem solving abilities and creativity. Students who engage in team sports or activities that require critical thinking develop their capacity to strategize and think outside the box. This has practical implications not only for academic subjects like math or science, but also for creative subjects like writing, art, and music. Students today face increasing levels of academic and social pressures. Exams, deadlines, peer relationships, and family expectations can lead to high levels of stress and anxiety. Physical exercise is an effective tool for managing these mental health challenges. Exercise triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural mood elevators, which help to reduce stress and promote a sense of well being. Engaging in regular physical activity helps students cope with the demands of school life in a healthy and productive way. Participation in sports or regular physical activity fosters a sense of accomplishment and builds self confidence. When students achieve goals in physical activities, such as improving a personal record in running or scoring in a team game, it enhances their self esteem. This boost in self confidence often carries over into other areas of life, including academics and social interactions. Physical fitness and skill development also improve body image, which is crucial during adolescence, a time when many students are highly conscious of their appearance. Exercise has been shown to reduce the symptoms of depression and improve mood. For students who may struggle with emotional challenges, regular physical activity can be a natural and effective remedy. It provides an outlet for the release of pent up emotions and creates opportunities for students to engage in activities they enjoy. These activities can provide a much needed break for academic work, helping students return to their studies with renewed energy and focus. Physical exercise also contributes to better sleep patterns, which are essential for students' overall well being. Many students struggle with irregular sleep schedules due to academic pressures, extracurricular activities, and social commitments. Regular physical activity helps regulate the body's internal clock, leading to deeper and more restorative sleep. Improved sleep enhances memory, learning, and concentrations, all of which are critical for academic success. One of the most valuable social benefits of physical exercise for students is the development of teamwork and cooperation. Participation in team sports teaches students how to work with others towards a common goal, whether it's winning a game or completing a group project. It helps students learn how to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and appreciate different roles with a team. These skills are transferable to many aspects of life, including academic group work and future professional environments. Building friendships and social connections. Physical activity often takes place in social settings, whether through school, sports teams, clubs, or group fitness activities. These settings provide opportunities for students to build friendships and social connections, which are vital for emotional well being. Team sports, in particular, help students form bonds with peers, providing a support network that can make school life less stressful and more enjoyable. Social interactions in sports can help shy or introverted students develop stronger social skills and a sense of belonging. For students who take on leadership roles in sports teams, such as captains or organizers, physical activity also helps build leadership skills. These students learn how to motivate others, make strategic decisions, and take responsibility for their team's performance. These are valuable life skills that can translate into leadership roles in academic settings and beyond. One of the most critical long term benefits of encouraging students to engage in regular physical exercise is the promotion of lifelong fitness habits. When students develop a routine of staying physically active, they are more likely to carry these habits in adulthood. This reduces the likelihood of developing sedentary lifestyle related diseases such as heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. Regular exercise teaches students discipline and time management. Balancing schoolwork, social activities, and physical activity requires students to manage their time effectively and prioritize tasks. This skill is essential for academic success and future professional life. Students who incorporate regular physical exercise into their routines learn how to structure their time, stay organized, and remain committed to their goals. Physical exercise plays an indispensable role in the lives of students by promoting in self-esteem and helps manage stress and anxiety. By developing healthy fitness habits during their school years, students are better equipped to lead balanced, productive lives in the future. Schools and parents should prioritize regular physical activity as an integral part of a student's routine, ensuring that the next generation grows up healthy, confident, and capable.
That was Jenisha Cutinha speaking on the topic, the importance of physical exercise in students' life. Dear friends, here we come to the end of today's English Yuvavani program. See you next time. Thank you.